G'day traders, this is John Howell speaking. This is a video, it's a weekly video, and I'm going to show you what some stuff I do on the futures market, because some of you know that I also trade the Australian market but also trade the futures market as well. So this is a few things to let you know how I trade the futures market and a few things I look at. The few things I do look at is, one, I look at news announcements, major news announcements like the non-farm payroll. And the non-farm payroll, that normally gives a big reaction to the market. So I do a breakout strategy on this. Now the breakout strategy is this. I'll find most support or resistance levels. This is the S&P chart, okay? The S&P chart. And I'll say, okay, most support and resistance level would be around about there. Because if we actually have a good look at the market, we have a resistance here, resistance, resistance, okay, resistance, support, 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 support. Okay, so this is a nice support and resistance chart. It's been channeling through here for, these are 5-minute candles here, okay, so they're no longer daily or weekly like you're used to, but these are 5-minute candles. And you can see down the bottom here, it has the time, and we can see that this candle here down the bottom here, it says 8:20. Sorry, this says 8:25. This big red candle here is 8:30. That's when the news announcements came out. When the news announcement came out, before it came out, as this candle closed up here, okay, as this candle closed up here, about 15 seconds before, I put in a bracket. Now a bracket is simply this. I said, okay, if it gets above here, I want to get in. And if it gets below here, I want to get in. So I set an entry to get in up here, and if it starts going down, I set an entry to get in there as well. And I set a 10-point profit target and a 0.5 point trailing stop loss. Now, unfortunately, that actually didn't deliver as much profits again, but I still got, I think it was 6 points out of the market. So the first candle opened up, and you can see the candle just shot straight down. And as I squeezed the chart up, you can see how big that candle was. It was just astronomical. It just came shooting straight down. It came straight down through here. Now what ended up happening is, you can see this big candle came down through here, about 17 points. That's about 75% return on your investment. Now what actually happened is, on a smaller time frame, the market came down, went sideways, came up and hit my tight stop. Again, unfortunately, I put a tight stop there, and the rest, and it just eventually came down and hit this green line here, which is called a pivot, and got a bit of a bounce off that. So that came down there. That was a nice trade, and again, I got about I think it was 30 or 40% out of that one trade there, which is about six points, I think it is. And then the market just starting to crawl down. Now you'll notice one thing here I talk about on the Australian market as well. You notice this is a support level. Remember, support and resistance react. They become opposite. Support becomes resistance. Look at that. It supported. It finally broke down, came up. Resistance. Sell it there. And look at that. Look at the market just fall down. Slowly fall down. And it came down exactly down to about here, which is about 10 points, and that's about 50% return on investment. Now, this is futures market. Remember, this is highly leveraged stuff. Now, this was 12 o'clock, and by the time I got down here, it was 13 or 11 through to 12. So about an hour it took to actually get down there. An hour for 50% return on your investment in an hour. It's really high leverage stuff, and you really got to know what you do before you seriously touch this stuff, because you don't want to touch this stuff unless you haven't bought shares, maybe done a few options, maybe CFDs, and get a good handle of how technical analysis work before you touch this futures market, because it is very highly leveraged. And you can see right now that the market is moving around. So I'm just going to stop the video now, and I'll bring on the Russell chart. Be with you soon. Okay, so what we're looking at right now, this is a Russell chart, okay? This is a Russell chart, and you can see up here it says AB space pound F. That's the Russell code. So let me just drag this out a little bit so we can see. This is the FOMC announcement, not the FOMC, sorry, the non-farm payroll. You can see that came down too. Now we're looking at a 2-minute candle here. Now I wanted to show you the difference. Each point on this is worth 10% return on your investment. Now remember I said 50% return in an hour, which is fantastic. Look at this. The market broke out, and if you did a bracket strategy like I did before on the S&P, this one broke out here, and look, it came down 8 points. Came down about 8 points, 9 points. That's 80% return on your investment. If it's $1,000, it's $800. If it's $2,000, it's $1,600. Doesn't matter what you invest in. That's what it is. So I think I might be doing the breakout strategy on the Russell from now on, because I've been watching the Russell. And you can really get some good profits out of it. So let me show you a few other trades that I've personally done. The market came down here. This is pre-market, remember, and the New York Stock Exchange opens at 9:30. So this is the point up here. Okay, 9:30. So as the market opened up, I've just spread the chart out. As the market opened up here, it came screaming down here. Okay, so it opened up down here and came screaming down here about 7 points. So what I do is I simply grab a Fibonacci from the high down through to the low, and you can't really see it there, but this is the 30, the 50, and the 62. Okay, and you can notice that the 62 held the market, gave a bit of resistance, and it came down. Okay, so I got a bit of money out of that. I got about a point out of that. It was 10%, so I was quite happy with that. Came back up, hit it again. I wasn't happy taking it again for the second time, so I let that go. Then the market kept going to the downside. So you can see it just kept going down and down and down. So what I did is simply click on my Fibonacci tool and drag it down to the low and leave it there. Now one thing you'll notice is this. Look at this. See this support here? Just draw a line through there. Just draw a straight line. Okay, through there. And you'll notice again, support and resistance becomes evident. Look at that. Came straight up to that line, hit it. Support becomes resistance. This is a support, this is a resistance. Look at that, resistance. I sold it there, I made another 10% return there. It came down a point, made another 10% return there. It actually did eventually come back up, but when it broke back up, we now remove this line because now that's been broken, and look where we're at. If you actually know your Fibonacci, this is now at the 62%. This is one of the strongest levels of all the Fibonacci. 62% is the strongest level in my view of trading. So I went short there also, and you can see the biggest impact of that bounce off the 62. I only took a point, which was like up here. Look at the other profits, like 50% return just there, and we're talking from 12:10 through to 12:30, 20 minutes, 50% return on investment. That's what I'm saying, because you can lose also in this market. Okay, you can lose. So you can lose as fast as you win. You've got to have a good system. You've got to have a proven system before you trade this. And so I got on that and I came down there. So I ended up with some very, very good profits tonight. So, and this is just on an average night. I regularly trade this every night, and this is how I make my income. I just wanted to give you a bit of an example of how I trade it and what I trade and how I personally make my income right now. And also, you see a lot of stuff I do on the Australian market as well. So this is the futures market, the Russell and the S&P. I don't have time to put the Dow on, but also look at the Dow as well. So please look after yourself, and make sure you do take care. Have a fantastic weekend. Make sure you look after one another. Please make sure you go to tradinginvesting4u.com. That's number 4 letter U. Tradinginvesting4u.com. Sign up there. Start getting these free videos right now. And remember, the futures market and the stock market is risky, and we do not guarantee your profit from this information, okay? Make sure you do your own homework, look after yourself and look after everyone. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all next week ready to trade again. Bye for now.